Thanks for tuning in to Running Shoes Guru. My name is Kristen, and I'm excited because today we're going to take a look at a brand new shoe, the Blissfeel from Lululemon. The Blissfeel is the first shoe from the line, from the brand Lululemon, and it is the first of 4 shoes that will be released this year. It is a woman's only shoe, but take heart guys, what you learned from this shoe will give you a preview as to what's to come, as the brand plans to release a men's line in 2023. I was intrigued from the first time I laid eyes on this shoe. First, because it's a new shoe from a brand that has not released a shoe before. We don't know what it's gonna feel like. We have no precedent. So I was excited to get to run in the very first shoe. I was also intrigued because of these boomerang looking pieces on both sides of the heel into midfoot of the shoe. I was a bit skeptical, wondering if it was just an aesthetic or if it was actually gonna have a function for the shoe. The first time I put the shoe on my foot, I noticed how comfortable it was and how snug the midfoot was without being uncomfortable, and the buttery smooth roll into toe off. First, looking at the outsole, Lululemon perhaps even outdid themselves on grip of this shoe. There's a lot of grip and a lot of durability in this outsole. You can see that there is a heel pad that is separated from the rest of the outsole to add a bit more flexibility to the shoe, and this outsole then moves to a piece that is on the lateral aspect that and then moves up to cover most of the forefoot with a smaller piece on the toes and medial aspect. Looking at the midsole, I was not able to find information from this company about the materials used in this midsole. They're keeping everything pretty tight, but what I can tell you is that it's very soft and comfortable without being squishy. This midsole actually feels a lot like the New Balance 200 slider that I purchased 2 years ago, and I just pulled it out yesterday actually because it's getting to be warmer weather. So I just pulled out these sliders, and as I put them on, I thought, wow, that actually feels soft and so comfortable, just like the Blissfeel. So whatever foam it is, both companies are able to make a underfoot experience that is soft and supple without being squishy, and a foam that actually feels and looks like it's going to be firm but ends up feeling wonderful underfoot. Moving up in the shoe, let's take a look at the heel. The heel of the shoe is covered with this pleather type material that actually doesn't have a heel counter inside of it. As we move to the side, we have these boomerang pieces, which that's what I call them, boomerang pieces, that actually function as the heel counter of the shoe. So it functions as a heel counter that actually connects to the midfoot, and I believe helps to aid that smooth transition through the shoe. So then as we keep going with the upper, you can see that there is padding around the outside of the ankle opening and also inside. So it's very comfortable around my ankle, but this top piece is pretty stiff, and it was cutting into my ankle. So what I ended up doing was lacing it one hole down, and that helped to alleviate some of this irritation. I do hope that next year in the next model that Lululemon will lower that ankle opening. But then as I tie the laces lower, they already had a pretty long shoestring for this shoe, and it made them even longer. So what I did is I took the length of the string and the loop and double knotted them together, and even sometimes triple knot them just to keep them from flapping around. Looking at this tongue, it's quite thin. It looks a lot like the Launch GTS 9 tongue in the last shoe that I tested at the top, but very quickly it turns into more of a medium to low padding. It's enough to eliminate any hot spots. I don't get hot spots from these strings. And this tongue also actually attaches on both sides inside the shoe, very similar to the Saucony Outsole Fit, if you remember those shoes. And the Nike Odyssey React also had an attached tongue inside. Moving up, you can see on this upper, you can see support strips running up and through the middle 2 of 6 lace holes and back down to the side. This helps to secure up that midfoot fit. I really like the way this hugged my midfoot. And then the shoe opens up a bit to accommodate a bit wider forefoot. And as I was researching for this shoe, I actually found that a woman's foot is much more likely to be shaped in this way, where it's more narrow in the midfoot and widens a bit at the ball of the foot. I didn't know that. I did know that most running shoes have been patterned off of elite male runners and their feet. This shoe is actually the result of analyzing women's biomechanics and neurophysiology, and the shoe was based on millions of foot scans and feedback from 3 rounds of testing. So this shoe was tailored to a woman's foot, and the focus was on making a comfortable fit for the average woman runner. This shoe is not tailored to a specific type of workout or to a specific type of runner, just for that optimal feel and fit on your foot. All in all, I found Blissfeel to be a very comfortable shoe, and I really like it for everyday runs and even into medium length long runs. It's not my favorite shoe for speed, so I don't recommend it for racing or for a speed specific shoe for speed workouts, but it will handle the gamut of workouts if you want one shoe that can handle it all. I especially love the feel of this shoe as I get into toe off. It has a nice transition up to that point, but as we move just in that last toe off, it just feels amazing. It's buttery smooth is the term that I think of. It's very supple feeling. Be sure to check out the full review on runningshoesguru.com and hit like and subscribe so that you can get more of these reviews from runners just like you. Thanks for watching.